Hi. So again, we are back on our seventh Saturday and weekend to learn more about LinkedIn. So again, this LinkedIn masterclass continues, and in this LinkedIn masterclass today, we are going to focus just on one aspect: how to structure your post. Almost 90% people are doing it incorrectly. They are just stuffing all the content at one place. What you need to do and think your LinkedIn like a news channel. Imagine you're watching a news and there's a ticker which goes, yeah, the five, six pieces of content is what will get your attention. You need to craft those pieces of content. Imagine you're reading a newspaper. What makes you read a news item? If you read the headline, and the headline is captivating enough that you'll read the entire article. Nobody reads the article and then reads the headline. So why you're focusing the other way? Think about the visual you need have to use. Think about the copy which goes on the visual. Think about what is the post starter. Think about all those aspects. And today I'm going to throw light on each and every aspect of how we do this particular aspect. Now, one of the key important element of your LinkedIn post is the post title, headline, or the caption, whatever you want to say. It can be a news headline, it can be anything, but it needs to be just focus on 6 to 7 words, less than 6 to 7 words, because you need to also think about the number of people who will be watching and viewing your post on mobile. If it's a desktop version, 7 words to 8 words in a straight line is easy, but when it comes to mobile, seven, there are only 4 words and the next 3 to 4 words are shifted to the second line. These are the only 7 to 8 words which will get the attention of your follower or your connection. If you're not able to convince, or if you're not able to captivate, or what, sorry in the word, but if you're not able to inspire or whatever it is, you need to get people just think about that post. Your post might start with, I just died but this thing saved me, or your post might talk about, it was an accident, but, and then you continue. A lot of times I have experienced this, and sometimes what I have done is I might write the post headline which might be totally irrelevant to the whole post. It is just what it brings out in the post. It's like one I was other day reading about an advertisement, and on a big hoarding they had written just 3 words: sex. And then at the bottom had written a small caption, now that we have your attention, please take your first left turn to come to our restaurant. So you need to think about what words or what professional terminologies you can use to get people to read your post. Once somebody reads those 4, 5, or 7 words, they get shifted to the post introduction. Now, this is the hero of your post. It should be related or it should be totally unrelated, but this is what somebody will see. Even on mobile, they might see just 5 words of your introduction. Those 5 words should be enough for them to just click to read more, and that click to read more will take them to the entire journey of whatever you want to talk, or your brand essence and your thought process, your case studies and your motivational quotes and your learning. Everything will come after this. So focus on the introduction of the post. Like in this particular post I had written, unable to reach out to recruiters. Okay. Simple tips to increase visibility on LinkedIn among recruiters. So first line is connecting to second line. First line starts with question. If it starts with question more often, it's much better. If it starts with some crisis, all the way much better. And the second line, simple tips. So over here I tell the readers that this is where I'm going to share simple tips. What happens is when somebody reads it, there's a probability they might just click read more to see what are these tips. As of now, what the visual talks about my podcast. Okay, right now they know that there's a particular podcast screen and there's some particular podcast along with Moses for the game of Fargo. And the top line was, unable to reach out to recruiters, simple tips to increase your visibility on LinkedIn among recruiters. So people are wondering what the hell it is. This is pharma, this is recruiters, what is going on? And in that confusion, they will click to read more. And once they click to read more, The middle part of the content throws them. So I talk about my journey about LinkedIn, about the podcast with Game of Pharma, and what this particular podcast is. I'm giving two tips also. Right now, I'm talking about these are the two tips for the young graduates and how they can. These are the two things they will learn in this podcast. So I don't want them to figure out, go and see, or go and listen to the podcast. These are the two things you'll get. If you're interested to learn about this, go and listen to the podcast. Otherwise, no need to listen to podcast. I don't want people to go to the podcast thinking that it's a Netflix news show. I don't want to give them those particular aspirations. So middle part of the post communicates what they will get out of this. And towards the conclusion, I also tell them that if they want to learn more about such kind of tips on regular basis, they can join my LinkedIn masterclass, which happens every Saturday at 7:30 to 8 o'clock, where they will learn different tips, tricks, and hacks of using LinkedIn, right from content creation to right now the way you are listening to the LinkedIn post structure, how to create your post structure, and what it needs to have, each and every detail function. The CTA is also a conclusion. So sometimes if you don't have a CTA where you want to take people to other location or other landing page, what you can actually do over here is you can formulate a question. So what do you think? Do students need to have a better strategy of their presence on LinkedIn? Or you can say that, okay, here is a poll. Do you think that students need to be taught how to use LinkedIn in their college? Do you think LinkedIn is an important subject? Because if you are going to spend 3 years or 4 years in a college and then do MBA, and after all these learnings, you have to wonder how to create your own profile on LinkedIn and what you need to do so recruiters will notice you, then why shouldn't it be a part of your profile? So you can start those particular debates because these are the debates where you invite people to discuss. And as more and more student community will discuss and the faculty community will discuss, more conversations and more conversations will help you to push your post in the LinkedIn algorithm. LinkedIn algorithm wants you to do this. They want you to start more conversations. LinkedIn algorithm doesn't want 50 people commenting on your post or 40 people commenting on your post. What LinkedIn algorithm wants is more and more people should discuss over there or spark discussions. So whether you spark discussions in a group, you spark discussions on your post, or you go on somebody else's post and spark discussions over there. The post will also get a push. Not just that, what you're talking over there as a comment, that will also get pushed in the LinkedIn algorithm. And this is where people will start following you. LinkedIn also wants you to become a creator. That's why the whole terminology of creator on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is terming each and every person who is sharing any content on LinkedIn that you become a creator, you are a content creator. And these content creators who are reviewed by peers are getting views. So once your conclusion is done, your post is fired to go to the next level. Now let us go on LinkedIn and just analyze couple of posts. This will help us. Sorry. So this will help us to understand how different posts are written. First, I'll show you some of my posts, and then we'll go on some other influencer posts just to understand. See over here, I almost died, but this one thing saved me. This happened last year during my meeting, and then suddenly LinkedIn post started chit shit. But somebody who reads see more, they will know that oh, always start your LinkedIn post with a hook. Remember that the hook or the title may not be related to your post. So that's an interesting part, which not a lot of you people are not aware. Over here, I'm just thanking. Over here, I'm not driving anything. I'm just sharing a particular concept which Ankit had shared about importance of community building for brands. Again, what style of content works on LinkedIn? While Facebook focuses on I style of copywriting, for example, now read more. LinkedIn content style is to focus on V. So Facebook is I, LinkedIn is V. What is this example talking about? You will end up clicking to read more. Again, let's go across. In your LinkedIn personal branding strategy, you will feel a lot. But this is where your learning will happen. This type of content, now again, you will see what Gyani wants to talk about. Okay, and then as you are reading, you will know that is talking about failure and how failure is a stepping stone. We are struggling with the content creator blog, still figuring out what to post, how to write. Learn the power of research for impactful posts. Now, this is a LinkedIn masterclass. If you wouldn't have attended, you can go and attend. Again, Ashish also has a lot of knack for the way you need to write LinkedIn posts. Couple of posts. Lately, he has started doing that. Earlier, his posts were very stuffed with content. So again, this is at the event where he's sharing his experience. See over here. Simplest explanation of complex branding strategies. Branding is more than just a logo or a catchy slogan and colors. Complex branding strategy simplified. Nice way to share it. What eats your brand? Ever thought why your brand value erodes even though what eats your brand? So what are you selling? The product you have or the solution that your customers want? Sell the problem you solve, not the product you have. Again, so everything is connected. The world needs more brand evangelists, attention brand manager, advertising, and marketing gurus. Now let's go and visit some more profiles to understand how people are stating. What do? We create stories of success and dreams chased. This is an interesting way to write this. So let's see some more posts as we move. These are BIS whole CBDC projects and country participants. As countries around the world explore CBDC potential, central bank digital currencies. This is also a great way to introduce a particular topic. Only I am from pharma marketing and from LinkedIn coaching. Central bank digital currencies is a financial and fintech term for me. Then let us see some more post over here. Okay. You know ChatGPT, but what about the rest? Top insights from leading generative AI consumer products. So Hina Purohit. You'll find different way people are using, but the best possible way is you again Alexander. Last week we found ourselves accessing individual in varying scenarios. So one is a 70-year-old gentleman, so traditional healthcare model, and then he has shared the traditional healthcare model, how it works, and what were the loopholes. See over here. So first case, second case, third case, fourth case, fifth case, and how they plan to resolve this. Deer and device reps. What can device reps learn from deer? This is just amazing. So human eyes are always facing. So he has connected deer with medical device sales representatives. Two are totally apart. So you'll keep on wondering what he wants to talk about. What can device reps learn from deer? Parallels. So human eyes are forward facing. So image is stitched together, nose illuminated, and therefore we have depth perception. Prey animals with eyes on the sides of their heads can't do this. They don't have any depth perception. If they see something suspicious like a hunter in a tree, you will notice them bob their heads up and down while staring. What they are doing is changing their point of view using parallax to provide some third dimensional information. Hold your pen in front of your face. As you move your head side to side, the background moves while you stare at the pen. Therefore, you know the object is close, at least closer than the background. This is how they tell if that thing is hiding in the tree is a part ranger. Now, what does this have to do with orthopedics? He has built the entire scenario of some wild animals and then relating it with orthopedics. So parallax is a affect screen on X-rays where objects that are further from beam source appear larger than objects that are closer. It's why our X-ray techs should be making sure the sizing ball is stepped to the correct depth of the thigh so that the templating and sizing works correctly. If you are consistently templating size that are too small, especially the high BMI patients, this could be why. Amazing relativity. I love the way he just spoke. I need to comment him. Sorry. about that. And I use some tools. You need to think about how we can use AI. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. When we are scared, our bodies get bumpy and we might not. So I don't remember this, but we might not make so smart choices. But when we face fear without scared of it, we learn to grow making smarter decisions. See, Faraz is sharing something which is inspirational, totally irrelevant, even with the video and what he is as a brand. But what he makes sense, and he has kept spacing. The heading is here, then he has introduction over here, then middle part of the content, and then there's a hashtag, and then there's a call to action. Write up by Faraz. We see a video by Faraz. Video belongs to respective owner. So he has given the scripting over here. Again, wheels up, fired up, see Johnny Wood. Observe if you are going to spend your time on LinkedIn and if you are going to create your LinkedIn brand, it's very important that you spend time, read different posts which people are posting, understand how they are posting. Lego Q4 Chaos Edition now in retail sales near you. So the way people are writing over here, what they are writing, the way they are sharing. Over here, there's a team who is sharing photos about their outing. Why I use my mother's name in my first business venture. Let me share how we build the narrative for the Kashmiri Kitchen by Sudha Kaul. There's a story to this particular thing. So always it is important that how people are sharing stories, and if you don't read different people who are writing stories, you are never going to write that captivating style of a story. You see, you read newspapers over there, you will find different people talking about different journalists are trained to get that knack of having that right type of hook when they start the post or any article. Read newspapers, it will give you a lot of inputs on how you can use this style. Again, over here, I started writing online at 14, and it all started with someone hurting my inner child ego. And then here's the story. Watch India's first bullet train station in Ahmedabad. So, all the places wherever you see who are focused on LinkedIn approach, there is an underrated secret to growing on LinkedIn. Want to know? This is what people want to know this, and then people will click over here, and that's where the engagement starts. We have seen enough posts, but my only suggestion is start following people in your network, understand what people are talking about, learn from them, and understand from them each and every part. More than that, read posts every day. Spend some time on LinkedIn to understand what type of posts are working, what type of posts are not working, where it works, where it doesn't work, whatever what comments people are getting, how people are commenting. Each and every section you have to understand this. Unless you understand, you won't be able to go to the next level. It's all about learning from peer review. I have given you a structure. I have decoded the structure to you, and also I made you understand why this particular structure works and how it drives your conversation. But unless you go on LinkedIn and yourself invest time to research all these things and then start formulating your post, it is not going to work. You'll still end up writing 2 to 3 lines and still wonder sharing some inspirational photo and forget using ChatGPT. I don't recommend using ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT just to understand the framework, how you need to write. End of the day, you need to focus to write your content. Don't depend on ChatGPT to write your content. That is not going to work on LinkedIn because it's not something like a visual channel. The Instagram is a visual channel where content might not make sense. Pinterest is a visual channel, YouTube is a visual channel, but LinkedIn is more of a written contextual content. You might just have a photo, like we just saw Jerry's photo, one deer, but the way he had written the title, Deer and Device Reps, it makes you think why he's writing that. I want to read it and invest time to read. This brings us towards the end, which is the hashtags. Whenever you post any particular update on LinkedIn, ensure you have three at the max hashtags, 3 to 4 hashtags. Every time whenever you when you're doing a series of posts, use those same hashtags, because LinkedIn will tag your post for those particular hashtags. So whenever somebody is searching for some those hashtags, they will throw your profile on the top ranking, because most of your updates and posts will have that similar kind of hashtags. Second aspect is, try to search in your category and industry what type of hashtags people are using. Just because LinkedIn is once you're typing a keyword with a hashtag, just because LinkedIn is throwing, don't use those hashtags. See what hashtags are working in your industry and use those similar hashtags, because people in your industry are going to use those hashtags to search whenever they want to look for any content or they want to engage with any leadership. So this is my tip for the hashtag spot. And this brings us towards the end of our session of understanding LinkedIn post structure and content strategy. We have discussed about how to structure your post and how to align the content as a part of that post structure. Just try to follow this. And if you're still not able to figure out, please do follow me on LinkedIn. You already have my LinkedIn profile, you're already part of my masterclass, you have this particular. Thanks again.